what I'm hoping to do is give you some actual, like, real world ideas you can use for when you have crazy busy weekdays and you need some dinner ideas. So hopefully, no matter what, you can get at least 4 different dinner ideas out of this.
Mm. Great, because that's where I struggle the most. That is my biggest struggle, is trying to figure out what to cook for my family, and then to actually cook it and get it done every day is the hardest part. Nobody warned
I
me that was going to
know.
be like the hardest part of being a parent, feeding your children all the time.
Yeah. And then as they get older and teenagers, then they want more and more and more.
Yeah. And they're so busy, there's never any time to do it either.
I'm hoping my goal is to be able to do this prep, like show how you can do it in 30 minutes, like on a Sunday, and then you'll have it for the week.
Cool.
How many kids do you have, Kim?
I have 2 boys. They're a freshman in high school and a 6th grader.
Oh, yeah, they're eaters then.
Yes. But they have different tastes. And so it's really tricky because they don't like the same things. And so, right.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. You guys are the ones that are in the on time drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's do a little drum roll here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. The lucky winner is Kim. You won our on time drawing. So what it is, it's one of our shortcut seasonings. It's rosemary herb rub. So instead of having to like measure out 8 different spices, they're all in one. You can just do like a teaspoon of this. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get started here, my mentor encouraged me to share my story when I do events, just so you guys kind of know where I'm coming from. So I was just going to do that real quick. So my name is Erica, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about me. I've always loved baking and cooking for as long as I can remember. And I had decided pretty early on that I wanted the independence and freedom of having my own business. So the first time I was invited to a Pampered Chef cooking party and saw the box to check that you could make money doing this, it was like a no-brainer for me. And I remember going to a meeting at my director's home, and she talked about how Pampered Chef was paying her mortgage. And then at our national conference that year, a lady who lived about 20 minutes from me got up and talked about how she had sold a record $100,000 in Pampered Chef that year. And I had always had big dreams, so I wanted to know the potential was there. So I was excited. And then inevitably, something makes you start to doubt yourself, or somebody you love tries to discourage you. But the first time I tried this, I was 20 years old, so I just didn't listen to any of that, and I signed up anyway. But let me tell you, that was over 20 years ago, and it was a different monster then. That's because there was no text message and no Facebook. You had to like go up to strangers and call people on the phone and talk to them. I know, not so fun. So I tried that a couple times unsuccessfully and thought, no way, that's impossible. I'm pretty reserved by nature, and that's just not my style. So anyway, I hung in there for like a year and a half, and then eventually just let it go while I did everything else 21-year-olds do. But at least I had earned some fantastic cookware for free and had a beautifully stocked kitchen in the meantime. And then about 9 years ago, when I was a little more settled in my life, I started again part-time alongside my other job. And I've been learning and growing with my business ever since. And what's interesting is doing this has forced me to address other things in my life that were holding me back, like some disruptive health issues, my literal level of faith in Christ, and my self-confidence in general. And it forced me to grow as a person, because if it weren't for my desire to grow my business, I would never have done things like getting comfortable with speaking in front of people, meeting new people, and growing a presence online, and making so many valuable connections and friendships that way. Plus, learning how to make videos and use all the latest technology to run my business. And that part can be both exhilarating and infuriating. But then in the last couple years, I've been super blessed to have found a couple business coaches to work with that have been game changers for me. They're just moms too that have built hugely successful businesses working from home around their own families. one of them showed me how to connect with people on social media without being salesy and without ever feeling yucky about it. And one showed me how to use text message and how to meet people through other people, so you're never coming across as crazy or annoying. And they both even admitted that they didn't like talking in front of people, so that gave me a lot of hope. So I've been following their advice, and every month when I work my business, I've been making a few $100 extra. Now I know that's nothing to write home about, but basically in my spare time, I'm making a few $100 extra, and I'm thinking to myself, if I did this full time, this could really be a viable source of income. When I was growing up, my family ingrained in me the value of a dollar. Heaven forbid you leave a scrap of food on your plate, that you work hard for every dollar, and there was no such thing as just asking for money and getting it. Those kids that had all the latest fashions and were in all the extracurriculars that you had to pay for, yeah, that wasn't me. And that's always stuck with me. So for me, that $200 to $400 a month is a huge deal. So anyway, I keep following my coach's advice and have been learning more and more about how to actually make this business work. And I'm thinking to myself, if I can make a few $100 a month just dabbling with it, it's like, gosh, this has potential. And I'm so excited to go more full time and earn trips like my other friends in the business. And I'm so excited to go as far as I can with Pampered Chef and build my own business instead of somebody else's. Because I've seen enough to know it never hurts to have a plan B. I mean, have you guys ever had a job you liked just fine and one rotten coworker ruined everything for you? Or your company downsized or changed management and you were just left in the lurch? So I'm looking for people to take on this journey with me. If anyone's looking for an opportunity or you're looking for a way to make extra money, I can show you how I've been making an extra few $100 a month with a few hours work. So now, because of what I've learned, I can see the potential to give back to others and be an inspiration to my two boys. And that's what drives me every day to work really hard at this. And it's not an exaggeration to say that the business has been life-changing for me. And we're looking for people that want to join us and be part of what we're doing, and because it's really fun. And so anyway, I can give you more information later, but for now, I'm super excited to get started with our recipes for tonight. So the first thing that we're going to get going here, and this is kind of like in real time, like if you were doing your meal prep, is I'm going to use my pressure cooker to do chicken from frozen. So I'm literally going to my freezer to grab my frozen chicken. I wanted to show you guys what I've been using because I've been really happy with this. I get this at Costco, and something about, I don't know if it's the solution they freeze it in, it makes it cook really nice and chop up really nice. So this is just frozen chicken breast, and I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe like 5 of them. It depends how big your family's are. In the pressure cooker. And I don't know if you guys have one of these yet, but this is like 6 quarts. And you can see there's just, I have measure marks in here if you need them. But all I'm going to do is put 1 cup of chicken broth in there. And then drop in however many chicken breasts. I'm just going to do 3 here now. And then this has but this multi-cooker is not just a pressure cooker. It has 16 different settings, but one of them is poultry. So all you do is turn it out with poultry and hit start. I hit too many buttons, sorry. Okay, poultry. Why is it doing that? It should just be hitting a button. Okay, we're on poultry. That's what I need to do, just hold it down, sorry. Okay, so, and that takes, the timer on it is 15 minutes, but it takes some time to build up to pressure. And if you had the frozen chicken breast, it'll take a little bit longer. So that's our chicken going. So like, as we get going with everything else, that's gonna be going. And I was going to say alternately, I don't want you to think you have to have the pressure cooker. What I would do if I didn't have that yet, I would just take a sheet pan like this and bake my chicken breast in the oven and have that going while we're doing everything else. Do you guys have a pressure cooker yet? No? Okay. So yeah, I don't want you to think like, oh, I can't do that if you don't have that. And I would just maybe oil your chicken breast a little and just have them going in the oven, and then we can do the same thing later. And these are our sheet pans. They have the lip, and these are so heavy duty. I wish you could feel them, but I love these for cookie baking or anything in the oven. And for our veggie prep, what we're going to do, so I know maybe for you guys it's kind of the same thing. The dreaded question is what's for dinner? So what you can do is I'll give you guys a plan to start with, and it's going to be 3 different recipes, and I'll tell you more about what they are later. But what we're going to do is prep all the veggies we need for all those 3 recipes, and actually a 4th. I'm throwing one in because I like to do a stir fry. It's kind of like a no recipe. So what we're going to be doing is prepping all the veggies that we need for the week. And so think about like when you're cooking, what are the veggies that you're chopping over and over and over? Like for me, it's onions. What would you guys say you do a lot of?
Carrots.
Carrots. Okay, we're going to do those too. And I have celery. And I think between those, that's a big like carrots, onion, celery. Those could be a soup starter or a starter for a lot of things. So, and the key is to have this plan in place and get it done before all the craziness starts. Because like once, yeah, the Trinity, that's what Lee says. But once the craziness of the week starts, it's just hopeless if you don't have an idea of what you're going to do. But I found that if you have your ingredients already and you have an idea of what you're going to do, it like takes the world of stress off your shoulders. Like it's like, oh, it like gives you more brain space. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all that in place. So, and I know like I don't always, like I'm doing this for me as much as anybody else to help myself meal plan. So like, what do you guys do if you don't have a plan in place and it's last minute? What do you do for dinner?
Takeout. We just ordered Emos tonight.
What's your favorite takeout?
We usually hit all of it, throughout the couple weeks as things get busy. Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm always behind on my meal plan.
This can save you a lot of money too then, if you have it. Especially like I found the stir fry, it's like as good as the Chinese restaurants, and you can do it so cheaply. So let's start with our veggies.
I did recently buy a rice maker because my boys both like white rice. So stir fry would be good because at least white rice is one thing they both like. So I could stir fry the one and the white, whatever, that could work.
Yeah. So our featured tool, and I know this does not look exciting at all, but here in front of me, this is actually cutting board, and it's part of our new prep and store system. So this is actually, I wish you could feel it, but it's actually a really heavy duty cutting board. And hopefully you can see in the bottom, there's these little grips that keep it from sliding anywhere. This is what's really cool. There's these sliding racks to pull out. And I'm going to show you, we're going to put our storage containers right in those. You can kind of see that, I hope. And then the other part of this new prep and store system is the storage container set. So it has 3 storage containers in there clear, and there's 5 cups. Trying to show you here. This is space that we set in. So this is one base that they all set in, and there's freezer inserts. You keep these in your freezer, and if you have these in here, whatever you have sitting in here can stay cold for like 4 hours. You could have like ingredients at a buffet or a summer pop. Yeah. And even if these were just in the fridge, like if you just pull this thing out of the fridge, they still keep things cold for up to 2 hours. So these 3 storage containers, each of these containers is really cool. I will show you these. So this is the clear storage container, and there's these grapes that sit in the bottom. And think about if you're ever chopping up something juicy, like dicing tomatoes or maybe pineapple. So it'll sit in here and it won't sit in its juices, and it'll last a lot longer. So you could have this in the fridge throughout the week, and it won't get nasty on you as fast. So you can use it with or without those. And then the other cool little feature is you can put this divider in it, and you can put 2 different types of ingredients in here to store. And what I'm thinking is that you can do, like I'm going to do onions tonight, and some need to be sliced and some need to be diced. So I'm thinking like half an each is what I'll do, or whatever you have, like green and red bell peppers, whatever. And then there's still another feature of these containers. So the lids have this little vent, just like your produce store does. And the secret to that is, if you have, say you have an apple that you cut already, you would want to keep it sealed. You want to keep the air off it. But if you have an apple that's whole, you could leave it vented. So that's the tip with the lids. And let me show you with these containers, this is what's really awesome. I was just so inspired when we came out with this. I'm like, ooh, maybe I can do meal planning and prep. So I'll set this aside. And I wanted to say too, this whole thing is about the size of a 12-pack of soda. So you can slide that whole thing in and out of your fridge throughout the week. So you could even have like veggies or fruit cut up for the kids to grab, or your meal prep ingredients. So these containers sit right here in the cutting board. You guys can see that, right?
Yep.
And here's what's really cool. When I'm chopping stuff up, I can just slide it right in. So you could even use one for like your scraps, and then one for whatever you're doing. But so they're just sitting here. And let's do our veggies. So let me show you what I all have here. I have celery, carrot, bell pepper, onion. We're going to try some potato and a zucchini. And just full transparency as far as like how much time it takes. I did spend about however many minutes it took to prep these, about 10. I peeled the carrot. So you can factor that into your time. So what you need to do first? How about, I want to show you guys my favorite way to do bell pepper strips. So this is a bell pepper I cleaned out. This is called our quick slice. Heather, do you have this yet?
I don't.
Okay. So it makes me think of, do you guys know the little egg slicer, the white one?
Yes.
It makes me think of that, but like times 4 and a lot heavier duty. So if you can see the blades, they're like in a V shape and they're serrated, so it really digs into whatever. And my favorite way to show it off is you can use like mushrooms, cucumbers, bell pepper. You can do your eggs or strawberries. If you do strawberry desserts, you can do like 4 strawberries at once.
Probably avocado.
Or like if you, if you like took the skin and seed out, you could do half an avocado. And I could even cut this in half again, but I'm going to try it all out like this. So you just kind of rock back and forth, and you'll be like, what? And then all of a sudden it just pops through. And then you have your little strips. So this is one of the recipes I'll show is for fajitas. And then if you wanted, you could put them back this way and do it again and get your dices. So that's a huge time saver. So one of the, I've had it for a while, but when I really came to appreciate it was when I needed to do a veggie tray. So I just dipped through cucumbers, mushrooms, bell peppers, I think something else, zucchini maybe, and that's it. Like, I know veggie trays can be a real drag, but that's a favorite little tool called the quick slice. And then the big cutting feature tool I wanted to show you guys is called the Rapid Prep Mandolin. This will all show up. Okay, so we actually have 2 mandolins. We have this one, and I don't know about you guys, but every time I pull this out at a show, this one, somebody says, oh, I almost sliced my finger off with that. And I mean, I'm not kidding when I say every time that I go to a party and bring it out. Like even just last Thursday, somebody said that and showed me the scar.
I've
Oh, you
sliced a
did it
finger
too?
off. Don't worry, I've done it. Yep, finger, just a tip. This tip, one of them, just a bit. Yep.
Oh, well, it does come with a safety guard, which you're always supposed to use.
I used to. Yeah, I know.
But
It wasn't that
yeah.
one specifically, but yes, I've used a mandolin and sliced a fingertip off.
Well, you'll like this new one then, because I'll tell you about that. But we do still have this simple slicer mandolin, and that is good if all you need to do is like slicing potatoes and onions, and you're more, you don't have the needs of the fancy dicing. But the Rapid Prep mandolin, let me show you why I love this so much more. You have the food chute here, and you're putting your food in there, and you're pushing it down. And this is the handle. Here's the top of it. But you're pushing down on the handle, and I'm not gonna, well, I guess I could go ahead and do it. You're pushing down on the handle, and your hands are never in that area. So let me show you different thicknesses. So that's a thick potato. And then I forgot to show you guys that. So there's 2 dials on here. So you're doing your slicing thicknesses, that's down here. And then up here, you can decide if you want to do julienne, and that's where you get the little skinny strips of whatever. So here's what's really exciting about that. Because you can do julienne, you can make French fries in here, the French fry kind. And we've had people ask about that a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and dial it over to the French fry julienne setting. And I'll show you guys the French fries. So here's those.
Oh, wow.
So, like, of course, I have the Pampered Chef air fryer. You can make your own French fries in the air fryer that way. So that's what's really exciting. When I realized that there's no risk to cut yourself, that just gave me the hugest sigh of relief. So I'm going to put these in our little container, and then we'll get started with our other veggies. Okay, so we did our bell pepper. Potato, we don't really need for the recipes. I just wanted to show you guys. Onion, carrot. Let's do some carrots and celery. So carrot, this will be fun. Let's do our celery slices. And I cut them in about, I don't know, 3-inch lengths. And they say to try to fill up the whole hopper, otherwise they'll kind of flop around too much. Let's decide how thick we want them. So we want slices, we want pretty thick because I'm going to use these celery slices for a stir fry. Hopefully you guys can see this. So this is what I like for that stir fry I talked about. So you're going to do your celery for your stir fry. What I'm going to do is put my little divider in my tray over here in my cup so that I can keep separate ingredients in there. We'll do half on each side, and then we'll do carrots next. Those will be fun. Okay, so carrots, what we're going to do, we'll cut these in half probably. And as far as a knife, as far as cutting tools, before you get anything, I would make sure you have one good knife. And these are our Lifetime knives. And this one is the 5-inch Santoku knife. And it has these little divots so that when you're slicing things, they don't suction to it as bad. So I'm going to get those to the right length. I might do one more too. Okay, let's put these in the chute here.
This thing looks like a lot of fun.
It is. And you appreciate it more and more. And like, wow, before I forget to mention it, because I'll forget everything, somebody said you can even do, you know those hard summer sausage sticks? Somebody said you could slice those in here. My
I bet
my
you
host
could.
from a few my host from a few weeks ago just told me she did that with her new rapid prep. So I was like, oh, that's good to know. So what we're going to do with the carrots is a julienne. We can try sticky and thin. We'll do a thin for carrot. Because what I want to do is I want it to be able to cook really fast, like in a stir fry. That's another thing. If you cut it smaller, your stir fry will go really fast. So we'll do like a medium thickness. Okay. It's not shaking my screen too violently. So there's our little carrot julienne.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, imagine if you had to sit there and do that with a knife like this. Like how
I
long
never
doing
would.
this would have taken me. Yeah.
I just don't eat
So
carrots.
this size, yeah. So this size would be good for like your salad or your stir fry. Okay, so we'll put those in a container. What should I do next? I have bell pepper, onion, celery. Oh, onion we have to do. I have extra of these containers. So if you get, with the Prep and Store system, the cutting board comes with 2 containers, and then if you get the storage container on the base, it comes with 3 containers. So if you have both, you have 5 containers.
Say that again.
The Prep and Store system, which consists of this cutting board and the base,
Yeah, those pieces.
the base with 3 containers, is actually sold separately. The cutting board is sold separately, and that comes with 2 containers, and then the base comes with 3.
Okay, thanks.
So like I have both pieces, so I have 5 containers that I can put stuff in. I'm not going to worry too much about getting this perfectly clean. And we're talking a lot, like if you just got this done on your Sunday afternoon, it wouldn't take near this long either. And I'm going to peek at our chicken time. It's got 9 minutes left, and then that chicken will be done. And if I forget, remind me, I want to show you how I shred up the chicken. Okay, so onions. Let's think about what we want to do with our onions, because I know I want some diced and some sliced. So depending how you cut it, I just cut it in half. Whenever you prep an onion, I don't want to like dumb it down too much, but I appreciate hearing this. You take and I'll grab a raw onion here. The easiest way to do it is cut off each end, this end and this end, and then slice down the middle and peel off that outer layer. And that's all I did to get the whole raw onion like this. So pretty quick. So depending how you take this half and put it in here, you'll get different slices, dices. So we're going to try doing the julienne setting. And that, in theory, should give us some little more like dices. Let's see what it does here. Yeah. Because of the way the onion is already, you know, in sections, you get more of like some dices. So that's like more of your tiny chopped onion. I'll just put that in a half of my container. And then we'll do just some slices of onion. And this just goes lightning fast. So there's a lot of different things. Like you could use the simple slicer if you're just doing onion, but I won't dirty it since I have it going already. So
Speaking
how
of
about
dirtying it,
thin? What's
is
that?
all that stuff fairly dishwasher safe? The mandolin pieces?
Yeah, that's what's crazy is this is dishwasher safe. Most Pampered Chef products are dishwasher safe. There's just a few exceptions, like sometimes the lid, if something is a little more complicated part, but for the most part, everything is dishwasher safe. Even our stoneware, they changed to where it is dishwasher safe now. I know that can be a deal breaker for a lot of people, is it dishwasher? And I know this looks a little scary to clean, but it really isn't. I think it even comes with a little cleaning brush. And this stuff we're doing isn't like sticky, gooey stuff. You're just brushing it out and it rinses right off. I've never struggled with cleaning this at all. So I'm just doing some slices of onion. I have it on like a medium thickness. And you get different results according to how you laid the onion in there. So I laid it in like that. So let's try laying it in. Be like that. And you get more like traditional onion slices. So that's going to be our sliced onion for whatever we need this week. So that took what, like 10 seconds?
Right.
Really, like it takes longer to wash and prep the veggies, like peel them, than it does to get them chopped. Okay, what else? Did you guys have any more questions, like how thick? I could show you how thick the potato slices are. Or there is one fun little tip. Kim, do you have little kids, or did you say they're older?
No, they're older. But show me what you want to do with that apple. I'm curious.
So you can do apple French fries. And I just told my teenager about this, and he said, you should do that and serve it with caramel. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I'll show them that. So let's do that. And I won't worry about mixing it with onion for now because I just want to show you guys. But we do have an apple core. So what you're going to do is, I have an awkward angle here, but you're going to core the apple. There we go. And then you just kind of pull the lever and it comes out. Out of my scrap pile. And then you're going to cut the apple in half like this. And then put it in like that. And do the julienne cut, like we would a French fry, potato French fry. And you can do sweet potatoes too, like sweet potato fries. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when you do your French fry cut, if you took those French fries and put them back in and did it again, you would get like the little cubes. So I just did this big batch of potato soup where it called for like 4 pounds of potatoes diced, and I did them all in here. And could you imagine how long that would take if you just did that all by hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it on the biggest thickness in a thicker julienne cut. Well, this is really cool. This is making me want these apple fries. So you take your apple fries and you can, yeah.
Very cute.
So you can take your apple fries and get some kind of cute little dish and then pour your caramel in there and then serve that. Actually, you don't have to be kids for that. So I just actually saw that tip earlier today with the apple. I thought that was fun. Okay. So we have 2 minutes left on our chicken. That's perfect. Okay. So I'm thinking the bell pepper, the onion, and the celery is, for the most part, all we need for our recipes for this week. Like when you do a stir fry, what do you guys all like in a stir fry? Like I know I like mushrooms too.
Yeah, if I'm cooking it at home, I'm usually just putting like onions and green peppers in it. just because of the kids. But I like water chestnuts in it. Those are fun. But
Oh, that's a good idea. So the stir fry, whenever
Snow
I
peas,
show you
good
this
one.
little stir fry sauce recipe, what it's going to be, I can show you the stir fry sauce I'm talking about real quick, and then I'll show you what I put in it. Share screen. I saw this, friend of mine shared it with me. She said it's her favorite stir fry sauce. So all you do is stir this together and it's delicious. It's just like the takeout. So it's brown sugar, soy sauce, dash of red pepper flakes, sesame oil, a little flour, vinegar, and ground ginger, but I use the fresh ginger. So I was just going to show you that real quick. You can get this in any of the stores, Walmart or Schnucks, the fresh ginger pieces. And did you guys know if you take a regular old spoon, you can super easily peel this ginger? It just scrapes right off. So, and then to grate it, I have my grater right here somewhere. Here it is, right in front of me. So to grate this, you would use the microplane zester grater, and just after you have it peeled, go like that, and just till you have like, I don't know, a couple teaspoons. So that's what's really going to give your stir fry some pizzazz, is that fresh ginger. And then garlic, I'll set this here so I don't forget it, because our chicken just beat. So I'm going to show you guys so you can see the pressure cooker over here, and I'll pop that chicken out so you guys can see what's going on. I'm going to release the steam. And you want to stand back because it's the steam and it's dangerous. I'll grab one of our tongs to be taking it out with. So these stay put in your drawer for you. They clasp shut, or you can open them easily. So either way, I'm just letting all the steam escape there. I don't know if you can hear it, but the steam winds down. And then when the red pressure indicator drops, you know you're good. So our chicken, I put in another really awesome pot I wanted to show you guys. This is the Rock Crock stoneware cookware. So this is a type of stoneware, but it's a little more durable than the regular stoneware. So you can actually use this in the oven and on the stove top, like over the flame. And then you can also use it in the microwave. And then you can also use it under the broiler, and you can also use it on the grill. So it's crazy. There's nothing else out there like it. And then they even came out with a slow cooker base that's digital that you can set underneath of this and make it into a slow cooker. So it's all those things in one pot. So like whenever you have to do a recipe, say saute vegetables and then put it in a casserole dish, you can do that all in here. So it's super convenient. It saves you a lot of dishes. And that's something that I think is good for like everybody. So then we have these whole chicken breasts, and to shred them, this is called, if you look at the product name, it's called a salad chopper, but we don't like that name. We like to call them the meat shredder uppers because that's what we're always using them for. So say you have your hot pot roast or your chicken, what you do is reach into the pot, and I would have actually even done this straight in the pressure cooker pot, but I wanted to be able to show you guys because that one's too deep. So you don't even have to like lift stuff out. You can just do it right in the cooking vessel. So say like you did a pork roast or a beef roast in the slow cooker. Just a few taps, and I'll show you like some of it. You have your chopped chicken already. and you can get it as fine as you like depending what you're doing. Stir fry, you could leave it a little bigger. If you're doing like a chicken salad, you'd probably want it more fine. And I'll just leave some, but I'll show you guys like these little chicken shreds, just perfect little chicken shreds. So what we'll do is we'll keep that in the fridge. And then when we go to do our stir fry later in the week, it's gonna be like lightning fast because you're gonna have the cooked meat, your veggies are gonna be chopped.
Oh,
So you're
garlic.
going
I
to
need
use the
talk about-
pre-cooked chicken. You're not going to like cook the chicken with the stir fry when you make it during the week.
Yeah, so, we have another joiner here. That's a me personal thing. When I did this food prep last time, I went ahead and cooked the chicken and I had the veggies ready to go and I stirred that sauce together that I showed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I made my rice in my pressure cooker, like before I started, I had that going, or like if you had your rice maker going. So you have your rice going, and then you have your cooked meat and your veggies and your sauce all stir frying together. And it's really, it only takes the amount of time to saute your
Yeah.
veggies, which is very small, which 10 minutes or something like that.
And then you're not messing with raw chicken on a weeknight and trying to figure out if it's cooked on time and it's finished. Like that's half my deal is I try to get dinner done and then my meat's not done as much. And I'm like, oh no, everything else is done, but meat's not done.
Yeah, and you want to kind of come to your own conclusions too. This chopped chicken like this, I'm thinking it's okay in the fridge for 3 days maybe. I mean, you want to use that sooner rather than later. I think 3 days is what I looked at for that. So that would be a recipe you do earlier in the week. Or what else you could do is freeze like one portion at a time in the quart freezer bags. So, speaking of the stir fry, hi Alicia. We're talking about a stir fry. You like stir fries?
Love
Chinese
stir.
food?
Love
Oh,
them.
good. So we have a new garlic tool. So you guys like garlic?
Mm.
Okay, good. Everybody likes garlic.
Mhm.
So our classic, the one you have to have is the
Yeah.
garlic press. And this is where you can just take the garlic clove with the paper on it and drop it in here and press it, and that gives you your minced garlic. But this season they came out with a new tool. It's the garlic prep tool, and it's actually really cute. But it has a little drawer in this plate you can use to mash garlic. But it comes with the silicone sleeve to peel your garlic and then a cleaning tool. But here's your little drawer where all the garlic's gonna fall into. And then you have some choices with your garlic prep. So on this end, you can do slices. And then if you do it from this end, you can do dices. And I'll actually get a garlic clove here because I want to show you guys this.
Yeah, I need to see this.
My husband actually grew this garlic.
Oh,
And
wow.
the potatoes too.
Beautiful.
I'm just breaking apart the head to get cloves. That one actually peeled for me already. And I found with this garlic peeler, I like to do it in my hands as opposed to on the table. The one we used to have, we did on the table, but I found this one works great just in your hands. And then it peels the skin off. So you have your skin peeled off. And what should we do, dices or slices? We're gonna do dices for the stir fry because we don't want like huge chunks. You just lay them on there. Push down.
Hmm.
Oh, that's hard. I'm at a bad angle. Okay. But anyway. These are sticky little boogers. But anyway, it just goes into your little clutch in there. So that you could even do like the day of your stir fry. You wouldn't really have to do that ahead of time. So that's your garlic. So I feel like that's some of the big secrets of the really good stir fry is the fresh garlic and the fresh ginger. Like I wouldn't recommend using that jarred garlic because that can be a little funky. But when you see how easy it is to prep your own garlic, I highly recommend. And then with the stir fry, I wanted to show you what skillet I've been using. So how are you guys for cookware? Like, are you happy with your cookware or so-so, little this, little that? This one is our 12-inch nonstick skillet. And we have different lines of cookware. So there's actually a lot of different options depending on your budget and what you cook, your cooking style. But this is the nonstick and it's lifetime. And they actually reformulated the nonstick cooking cookware that you can use metal on it, which is crazy. You never could do that before. But I've just been loving this one because it's 12-inch and you have so much surface area. So if you're cooking for any more than like 3 people, it's so good to have. And then you could have your double bash so you have enough for tomorrow. So this is what I've been using for the stir fry. So during the week, you would get your rice going, get your veggies that we prepped. Alicia, we'll have to show you the replay for all the veggies we prepped. But so you would get your skillet going with some oil and then saute your veggies. And towards the end, add your garlic and ginger so they stay nice and fresh. And then you would add your shredded chicken pieces towards the end because they're already cooked. So they just have to heat up. And then add your sauce towards the end. And that's your stir fry. So that would come together like really quick and like you don't have to use your brain. Like if you had this done ahead of time, you can just get home and do it and have it done really quick. So I am going to share with you guys the 3 recipes that you can use to use the veggies we prepped. So there's a stuffed pepper skillet that'll use a lot of the bell pepper slices and it uses ground beef. And then there's the grilled chicken fajitas. And honestly, they're talking about cooking the chicken from raw, but that's up to you if you want to have it done already. And then turkey dinner skillet. This will be perfect when you have your leftover turkey, but you could use chicken for this too. So there's 3 recipes that are like ideas for you. And then I'll type out in the email like what I do for the stir fry. And that's totally customizable. So you can prep whatever veggies you like in your stir fry. Alicia, we were talking about what you like in your stir fry, and we talked about, Kim said water chestnuts even, and I know I like mushrooms. Is there anything else special in a stir fry you like?
We do a little bit of a stir fry, but without veggies around here because my husband doesn't eat veggies.
Oh.
So I eat all of my veggies on the side. And so I do more of like a stir fry with egg and the rice and the meat mixture and little carrot and celery type stuff, or carrot and onion, but that's about all I can add to things.
Nothing too crazy. Well, that's what's cool is you can just add or take away whatever veggies you do or don't like.
Yeah. I always have a skillet.
What's that?
I said I always have a skillet of veggies going though, for sure. Yeah.
Good for you. I have to remember to make veggies, but this helps when you have them all chopped up in the fridge. So I'm going to show you what specials are going on right now, and we'll get ready to wrap this up, and we'll still do our grand prize drawing tonight for you guys that are here. So I'm going to do a screen share and show you the specials that are going on right now.
Oh.
So every month, if you find anything you like and you spend a certain amount, you get a free gift with purchase. So this month, if you spend $90, you get a free measuring spoon set or the slice and serve or the mix and scraper, mini mix and scraper. And that's my favorite little white spatula. And if you found something big you like or a long list of things you like, I would highly recommend thinking about hosting an event like this or it could be in person or online. Because in November, actually, and December, you get to pick 60% off any item or set, which is a huge deal. Like that's what I do when I want one of the bigger items. Because if you decide you want like the multi-cooker or one of the electrics, 60% off is awesome. And that is the same host special that's going on in December. And I do have one date left in November, the last week of November, for an in-person event, if anybody's interested. In December, the second week, I have 2 dates open, if anybody is interested. I am looking for somebody to do a cookie party in December, and also a easy and elegant appetizers party. And then if you guys are thinking, I don't need to spend money at all, I need to make some money, and you ever think about trying something else to make money, Pampered Chef is always looking for consultants. So there is a really good hostess or consultant special going on, where if you like want all the products, you can get them like $700 worth of products for $200 by becoming a consultant. And then they don't do this often, but they have some pieces on sale right now. Hopefully you guys can see this fine. There's a skillet, a roasting pan, stainless steel mixing bowl set, the Flex Plus multi-prep set, the carving set. And I wanted to mention as a side note too, the holiday shipping cutoff, if you guys are thinking about any holiday gifts, it's not until like December 18th. So there's plenty of time for gifts still. And then there's actually a couple specials too. We have a new electric popcorn maker. You can get a kit with some other goodies that's on sale. And oh, I didn't realize this, you guys, the Prep and Store system that we talked about tonight, if you get it as a bundle, it's on sale. It would be the bundle with the cherry and olive bitter. And then we have a new deluxe stand mixer that's on sale too. So just one last final question. We'll wrap this up. And thanks so much for sticking around, you guys. So all you have to do is answer this final question to be entered in the grand prize giveaway. And what I'm giving away tonight is one of our baking mixes, almond pound cake. These are so good. And I think these would be really good gifts too. So all you have to do to be entered in this drawing is to answer the final question with the number that relates to you and your favorite product from tonight. So, and Alicia, I feel like you missed a lot. See, Brian? But I want to show you everything that we talked about too. So you were going to comment with a number 1 if you saw maybe one thing, maybe a couple things that you just really need to get. And you know you'd like to order, maybe you need a little help with ordering, you'll comment with number 1 and your favorite product from tonight. Just don't forget the favorite product. And then you'll comment with a number 2 if you enjoyed this and you'd like to do it again, maybe with your friends, maybe a different theme, and you'd like to be a hostess and earn some free goodies. You would comment a number 2 and your favorite product from tonight. And I know we didn't talk about it a whole lot tonight, but if you're thinking, that's really cool, you can make money doing that, and I'm intrigued as far as a job, because I don't have that much fun as my job. If you're interested in learning how to make money doing this, comment with the number 3 and your favorite product from tonight, and you're entered in the drawing. And then if you had a great time, but you don't necessarily need anything, and you don't necessarily need any more info, and you don't necessarily need to learn more, just comment a number 4 and your favorite product from tonight, and you're entered in the drawing. And that's it. We'll go ahead and do the drawing tonight with you guys, since you are here tonight. You guys have some really good odds. I'm really curious to see what everybody's favorite is.
Oh, I didn't put my favorite.
Sam, what was your favorite?
I don't know. I've got a bunch.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the knife? What was the name of that knife that you used?
Oh, the
Uh-huh.
tongue twister. Santoku or Santuco. I never know if it's
Okay.
Santuco or Santoku. But it's 5 inches. This blade is 5 inches from here to here. And I have the bigger one and I have a smaller one, but this is the one I grab all the time.
Yeah, I need a good knife, and that just looks like a really good knife. So that was like one of my favorites.
Yeah, once
The
once
prep
you
and
have
Sew
a good
system is
knife.
also one of my favorites.
Oh, good. Once you have a good knife, you feel like a Food Network star. You don't realize how nice it is. You start using it and it's like, whoa. Heather likes the garlic chopper or the mandolin, the garlic prep tool, Heather.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alicia, you're still thinking. Okay. You're thinking about a party. Awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you guys the the 4 recipes I talked about, including how to do that stir fry. And I'll share that little sauce recipe with you guys. And all of the specials I talked about, I'll send in the email. And I think that's it. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for taking the time with us tonight. But I just really hope that you have some useful information from this. Like you can actually have some ideas to get dinner done, because I know it's always a struggle for me too. But I was going to say, you guys, we're done with what we were going to do. But if anybody wants to stick around, I have a few favorite Christmas gift ideas that are my personal favorites. And I'm also going to do a really fun holiday bingo in a couple weeks. So I'll invite you guys to that too, where I actually like do 3 rounds of bingo and give away 3 really good gifts.
Fun, yeah. I'm not willing to like host a party, but I would totally like, if you were having something like that, be willing to invite some friends kind of thing. Like I'm not willing to be the host, but I'm happy to like invite people or something along those lines.
Yeah, that would totally work, because when I do like that holiday bingo event, you could just share that. And it's really fun because I just like email them their own bingo card. So it's just something really fun. Or any of the events I do, you can always just invite people too. Did you guys want to see my favorite holiday gift ideas real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
I have like 5 things. So going backwards in order from highest budget to least budget, so depending how much you love whoever you're gifting. So I grabbed the highest budget thing first, but this is the cast iron enameled pan, and this is like an heirloom piece. I just love this. It's like a 6-quart Dutch oven, and I can show you this better. Let me get my skillet out of the way. So it has this heavy duty lid, and it has these divots that let steam fall back onto your food so it slowly roasts. And the inside, what's really great about using this is it's so easy to clean. The surface just wipes clean, like you just kind of soak it a little bit and just wipes right clean. So one of the things that's a drag I know is with cast iron is cleaning it, and this isn't like that.
So you can use that on your stove top.
Stove top or oven. And then, me being a baker, let me show you my favorite. So our prize is actually one of the things that I would recommend, the pound cake, the baking mixes. Like imagine that with a spatula or with one of the cookie scoops with a little pretty red bow on it. So that would be like maybe like a $30 gift, that range. So speaking of the cookie scoops, this is one of my all-time personal favorites. So I'm a lifelong baker and making cookies all the time. So this is the medium stainless steel scoop. So when you're doing your cookie dough and portioning it out, it's just this long. They're all perfectly even. When your cookies are baked, it makes you look like a pro because they're all perfectly even. So this makes baking cookies a dream. And then we have a small and a large one too. And the larger one is the perfect size to scoop out a cupcake, like your batter for a cupcake to just drop into your pan. So you can zip through making cupcakes like lightning fast. So that's the stainless steel scoop. And then along those lines, we have a decorating set. If anybody if you already love cake decorating or if you want to get into it, it's a starter decorating bag set. So it comes with 2 really high quality decorating bags. And one is the large tip, like for your really thick borders. And then one is the smaller tip. And with just these tools that it comes with, you can do most any decorating you want. Like you could totally do some pro looking decorating just with these. And then, so here's my gift tool for, I think this would be a great idea for a man. We have this instant read thermometer, and anybody that's doing a lot of grilling or a lot of roast. So you just flip open the probe and you turn it on, it's digital. And you just, there's like nothing to, like, you don't have to like warm it up, get it started. It's not complicated. You just stick it in whatever you're, like I have a cup of water here. And it, within a few seconds, it instantly tells you what it is, the temperature. And I know if you do the grilling or like some of the things with the big pieces of meat, I know that's critical to get the exact temperature. So this I feel like is a really good gift. But that's it. I won't keep you guys anymore. I really appreciate you hanging out with me.
Thank you, Erica.
Thanks, Erica.
Thank you guys. If
I
don't see
appreciate
you
it.
or have a really good, what's that?
I said I appreciate it.
If I don't see you, have a good Thanksgiving, and I'll keep you posted about the holiday bingo.
Sounds good. Mhm.
All right, night guys. Thanks so
Ready.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Hey, Alicia. I actually just wrapped up and said goodbye to the other girls. If you want, I can. Oh, you're fine. You're totally fine. If you want, you can unmute yourself there.
Okay, I said, sorry, my daughter was calling.
Oh, you're fine. I totally understand. But I was going to say I could show you real quick what we did. That prep and store system we were talking about. It's basically, I know this doesn't look exciting, but it's this cutting board, which is really heavy duty. It has grips on the bottom, and it doesn't like flip up on you. It has these little metal racks that slide in and out, and it comes with these 2 storage containers.
Of
for
that,
these
that's
little- Yes, so you can keep them down here, and whatever you're cutting, you just slide right in there. So it's meant to, like, the whole theme of this is to make your veggie prep like super fast. But it comes with, let me grab an empty one here.
Mhm.
The containers it comes with, they're 5-cup clear containers, and there's some really cool features. It comes with a little drain grate, so if you cut up something juicy like diced tomatoes or pineapple, it's not sitting in its own juices, so it won't get funky near as fast.
Nice.
And then you can, yeah, you can not use that too. And then it also has a little divider that's optional, so if you prep 2 different things, you can keep them in there at the same time. And then the lid has a little vent. So if you have cut up things, you keep it sealed. And if you want fresh whole fruit to circulate, you leave it open, just like your produce drawer. And then those set in the space. That's kind of why it's called a system. So you have your cutting board, and then you have this base that it sets in, the 3 containers, and you can do these optional freezer inserts. And then you have your 3 containers in here. And you have your lids on, and then you can just slide this whole thing in and out of the fridge during the week. So all your veggies, like all these veggies we cut up, you can do that within a few minutes. So you have that all prepped and ready to go, and you have this in your fridge throughout the week. So you can just come home from work and have your recipe in mind and your veggies all done and get it done really quick.
Nice. I like.
Yeah. Are you pretty good at meal prep, or do you scramble too?
We meal prep on Sundays typically.
Oh, awesome.
We prep our meat, and then we grab our meat out of the refrigerator and then we make everything like each evening. So, but yeah, tonight my husband has been making homemade beef tamales.
Oh my gosh, I bet that's good.
Started this process on the egg about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and he's still currently
Oh my
Shredding.
gosh.
putting the sauces
Oh
together.
my gosh.
He had this huge pot, the stock pot of veggies and everything on the egg tonight. And then he took all the veggies and he put them in the food processor and blended them, and
Oh my gosh.
we do some cooking around here. I was thinking that chopping board or that cutting board with those organizers would be awesome for us. We would utilize that a lot, probably. For sure.
Yeah, they're bigger capacity than they look even. They don't look that big, but they're 5 cups, which 5 cups is something is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Was there anything else you wanted to see? Well,
No, I was just clicking back on to see. I just had to get off the phone for a minute so I could talk to her. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about a date here soon and get something going now that
are you
we've been in our
thinking-
new house for 2 years now, and I'm finally getting better. So I'm a little more apt to entertain people at this point. So
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear.
yeah,
You're just in Columbia, right?
we're in Waterloo now.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
We moved
Which
to Waterloo
area are
2
you in?
years ago. We are in Silver Creek subdivision. It's across from the Waterworks Park, the dog park.
Okay, yeah. Is that subdivision back there?
Yep.
That's exciting. Well, all the information we went over in the specials, I'm going to email everybody that was here, so you can just check that out at your leisure.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thanks so much for popping on with me.
Okay. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.